What is up, everyone? This is Specs S7. I wanted to create a video here for you on Sony Vegas with the settings that I use for Sony Vegas 13. I was asked by someone on my OBS video if I could do that, and I've been a little busy, had some stuff going on, but I am here, and this video is now being made. This here is just an example of, because I just made The Witcher my little TV episode series thing the other day, and this is kind of how it looks all cut up. But some of the settings here that people are wondering or is asking about. My projects, to make them come out really nice. I mean, you get this here. If you want to see the final product quality of what these settings look like, you can go to my channel, and under any of them, be it the Let's Play or the Witcher series that I'm doing, those also I use these same settings. The only thing that I recently have changed is the quality choice, which I'll show momentarily. So, for an example here, you have your project set up. Let's say you've done all your stuff, you have everything set the way that you need it to be set. It's cut the way you want it to be cut, or whatever you want to get done, just call it that. But you would go up here to File, Render As. We're going to look at the settings that I have render as, because I have a few custom ones that I was experimenting with when I first started making these videos, and these are the ones that I found out work out the best. I go to Main Concept here, the AVC, AAC, MP4 ones, because this ends up usually being the best quality that you can upload for YouTube. I am sure that you could make even better videos with some of the other settings, because first I was going to do one that was like a Blu-ray setting, which I was like, this is going to be fantastic, but it wasn't going to upload to YouTube, so I had to work with that one here. After some trial and error, this is the one that I'm currently going with, that I've made and just named HD 1080 60 FPS. If you go to Customize Template here, your settings pop up. So you give yourself your name that you want to give it for the template. Like mine was HD. I want high def 1080 60 FPS is how I want to make it. This here is all set up the way that it's supposed to be from my system. Alright, so include video. Your frame rate size, I went with HD 1080. I could probably make it even bigger if I wanted to, but for the sake of rendering and how long it takes, I mean, you could make stuff in 4K through this, I'm sure, or a higher def, but it's just so time consuming. So leave that where it is, the HD 1080. Allow source to adjust frame size. I have that clicked, and it means that it'll just be, in this setting here that I have it set for, so that it doesn't go too big. My profile I have set for high. I mean, you can use main and baseline, but high is what I render in with the frame rate at 60. Allows source to adjust the frame rate. I use that as well, because depending on what I recorded, if I've recorded something really good, then a lot of times I use it. I'll go through OBS, or recently I've actually been using Windows 10, their little video capture thing that they have, because I actually like the colors, the frame rates, and just everything that's being used through the Windows 10 recording software right now. It is like hands down better than what I was getting through OBS. So the frames and the source, it's a lot smoother. Field order, I don't even mess with this, leave it alone. Pixel aspect ratio, it just stays the same. Number of reference frames, I believe this is set to 2, which is normal for most of the stuff. I click variable bitrate instead of the constant bitrate. With the maximum at 28 million and the average at 14 million, this is what I use. It's generally pretty good. I'm probably going to be experimenting a little bit more with this as I get done with some of this other video stuff. Maybe for my Season 2 Witcher Blood and Wine, I might try to play with some numbers just for my own, preference, is the way that I want it. Generally, this here, it goes pretty nice. It works pretty well. All of the Mass Effect stuff that I've done, the Andromeda, the new stuff, and the Witcher stuff that I've put up, as well as the prior tutorial, they all use this setting, and I thought it was really smooth, really clean. I enjoyed it. Encoding mode, or number of slices, this is just where it was left when I did that. Didn't even bother with that. Encode mode, using my CPU only, which is what I preferred. I haven't tried messing with either of these. and I don't really know if I want to do that with my computer. If this is like one of those things where if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. That was clicked. I just left it alone. Audio, same thing that you do normal. You include your audio. I have it at whatever your sound card set up, 48. And bitrate, you can go higher or lower. I choose 192 because I like the way that sounds. System, this is just going to be left alone. Project. Now this here is also where some of the stuff takes like what it needs to do. The video rendering quality. Before I was just using project settings, which was okay. I mean, it was rendering, 1080 and all this other stuff, but I put it for best. And here's what I've learned putting it through the best, at least for me, my videos and the way that I like doing my stuff, is that when I run it on best, it takes a little while longer to render, but the quality of the actual video stuff as it goes is really nice. I really enjoy the looks of it, and I'm willing to, for an hour long episode of like this Witcher stuff, it takes just short of 4 hours to render. And I, just go walk away, go do something else while that happens, go play like PlayStation, or go draw, or do something, work on the car, or do something else other while it does that. So that's where I use it as best. I don't do anything 3D, so I don't really need to use these different project settings. So I just leave them as it is and don't mess with it. The color space I have set for default. I haven't really messed with any of these. Now here's the thing. I am pretty sure that some of these settings here will also affect this stuff. I'd have to look more into it. I don't want to say, yeah, do this, don't do that. I mean, if you know something and you're willing to share it in the comments, great. Just, I'd like to share feedback, and also to, help other people out that maybe they're having a specific way that they don't like it to look, or they found that this color works better and stuff like that. So yeah. Whenever I do that, just usually I'll hit OK. And then render when I go to do it. Name where you want it, find out where you want it to go. For any of the other special like settings and stuff, a lot of the videos, like if I do something, it really depends on what people want to do. For the most part, oh goodness, what do I put here? I think I'll just do sharpen, and I'll do sharpen anywhere between 0.050 and 0.250. Sometimes I'll do 100. It really depends on the game, and it also depends on if it's a dark scene or not, on what I'll do for sharpness. For me, I like this one. Generally, I enjoy where it's at, and it does what it's supposed to do. But here's the thing I've also learned. If you're putting a bad quality video with bad colors, or if it's got bland or it's got darkness issues, yes, you can edit it and try to brighten it up. But if the recording is bad, Sony Vegas can only do so much to try and fix and correct it. Think of it like having a printer or some sort of scanner or fax, copy machine, whatever you want to call it. If you scan a bad copy, it's going to give you what you got back. So if you get better copies in and you start getting better, lighting or better gameplay, and you just make it overall better, you will start to get better looking stuff. Try not to get too concerned when you're looking at your little preview window here doing stuff for Vegas, because this is, as it says, the display. It's telling you what it's displaying, but the project or the preview is right here, 480. But the project is set for 1080, 60 FPS. Excuse me, it's hot today here out in the desert. But yeah, so the better stuff you get, the better quality it is, and it just, in general, you'll have a good time. But this is just a video on the settings that I use for this particular game or this particular program, the things that I do for it and make it work. If you want to see samples of this again, check out my videos that I have up here in my channel, the Specs S7 channel here, and look under, any of the Witcher videos beyond, like, I think episode 3, I started using Sony Vegas. Before that, I was just using Windows Movie Maker, and it's just terrible, terrible trash. I'll never use it again. And I figured why not? First couple of videos, it was just on a whim, and it turned into something where I was like, actually, I want to do this more. But the settings, if you want to see them again, check out the other stuff. Now that I'm starting to ramble a bit. But anyways, I hope that you guys find this helpful. If you have any questions and maybe there's some settings that you want to share or something that that works out better, we can share it down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe my channel. Give the video a thumbs up. I know it helps me, and with the way things are going with YouTube right now, I appreciate the help. So this has been, again, Specs SS7. You guys stay frosty.